Hey, it's DJ from CSVAPE.com, and today we're going to be talking about the SMOK TF-RDTA. The SMOK TF-RDTA. The TF-RDTA is based off of SMOK's TF-RDTA build platform and introduces their first airflow to wick design. Featuring a tank capacity of 5 milliliters, the patented swivel top cap design and quad adjustable airflow makes it easy to configure, especially with its two-post building deck. Each terminal measures 3 millimeters by 2 millimeters, allowing it to easily accommodate highly complex dual coil configurations with easy installation. So the SMOK TF-RDTA does come in a pretty large size. It does come in a 24.5 millimeter diameter. Now, for those who have variable devices out there that are fairly small or are kind of shaped to accommodate 22 millimeter diameter atomizers, this will hang over slightly. So if you are kind of adamant about that, this may bother you a little bit, but in that case, it does still hold a lot of juice. With that large size, does come the feature of holding a lot of juice, and you're talking 5 milliliters, which is huge. Now, it does feature the swivel top, as you probably are already familiar with, from the original TF-V4. Opening here is the same size, so for those who use squeeze bottles, it might be slightly easier for you to fill this tank. For dropper bottles, it may be a little harder, but just make sure when you are filling it up, you are leaving an air space next to whichever side that you're using to fill it, so you don't have any overflow of your juice. I'm gonna close this up. It is a 510 drip tip. The inner portion of that drip tip is made out of glass, and the outer is a stainless steel, coated of course, with the color on the black. Now I'm gonna show you the building deck on this tank. I was surprised when I seen it because of the fact of the coils that they give you right out of the box. I mean, you don't really see this very often. You see Claptons, you see pre-made spaced coils, you see twisted coils, but you don't see this. Let me show you. So I'm gonna unscrew this. Now, if you look at this, this is what tripped me out. These are fused Claptons. Who do you see that is making tanks that comes pre-installed with fused Claptons? That just blew my mind. I don't know, I couldn't function. But anyway, it does have the fused Claptons. It is a 5 wrap on each side. This building deck is removable. So when you are going to build it, it is best to remove this building deck when you're ready to cotton it. Of course, you wanna fire it first to make sure the coils are firing evenly in case these screws have to be tightened up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this and show you the bottom of it. It does have 4 wicking holes that would accommodate your cotton. Now, if you notice, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but those wicking holes are oval shaped, which naturally is supposed to contour the shape of the cotton when you twist it, because of course the cotton may not be perfectly round. Now you want the cotton to go through those holes and rest at the base of the tank. Now, if the cotton is not touching the base of the tank, you will have leaking issues. So make sure that you have the cotton coming from outside of the coils down into the holes, and when you have this screwed down into the base, have it touching the base so you don't have that issue. So I'm gonna put this back together and show you a different feature on this tank that you will possibly enjoy. So let me screw this back on. Now, if you notice, you have an unlocking logo and you have a locking logo here. What this is for is your juice feed close off. Similar to a lot of other top fill tanks, when you have the juice feed open, you want to make sure it's closed before you break that seal and open the top cap, because what you're doing is you're allowing air to go in, which is naturally going to push the juice down into the wicking area and cause it to leak. So best thing to do, I'm gonna screw this all back together and kind of simulate that for you. So if you twist it, I mean, you're gonna grab the airflow ring and twist it. That's where your grip is. So there's a little tab. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's a very tiny, tiny tab that you can see moving back and forth. that tab is to tell you where to indicate which portion of the locking, that you're in. Now to the, I would say, what is this, counterclockwise, that's how you open the juice flow, and all the way clockwise, and it'll stop. I mean, it won't go over, it'll stop, and you'll feel when it's pretty much all the way closed. When that is done, assuming that we've already built our coil, we've already wicked the coils, we've already juiced the coils, we would close that off, and we would open the tank from the top and fill up the juice. So this tank does have your standard 510 threading on the bottom. It is not recommended to run this tank on any hybrid devices because you will have a chance of shorting out your battery. Now, of course, it's best recommended to run this on, you can run it on any variable device, but if you're gonna be running it on a mechanical device, the best recommendation is to have that mechanical device with its own independent top pin. For example, what that means is your pin from the tank is not touching the battery directly. You have an actual barrier. So you have the pin touching the battery to the mod, to the tank. All right. Now this does come in black and it comes in stainless steel. You do get a spare glass in the box with the actual tank, and in the baggie you do have a spare grommet for the top in case you rip it or lose it, spare O-rings for the glass tank, and you do have spare screws for the building deck. Now, of course, a lot of people do enjoy getting a tool with their tanks. Some tanks don't come with them, but nowadays they do, so that's convenient. Now you can find the TF-RDTA and other SMOK Tech products on CSVAPE.com. My name is DJ, and we're here to help you switch the habit.
Switch the habit at CSVAPE.com.